Hey, welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to be doing the exciting one, and that's introducing animation. So going back into the editor, let's create a new file, and we'll just save this file, and we'll just call this as mover.js because we're going to be doing some movement in this lesson and also the next one. So connect it to mover.js. And I'm going to go back in and I'll select the canvas object so that we'll be ready to draw as soon as we're coming in. So there are a few steps to the basic animations. So whenever you are making an animation, you have to redraw the animation. So that means that you have to clear the existing canvas. You have to save the canvas state since you're changing the settings, applying any styles or transformations, which will affect the canvas state. So you always want to go back to the original state, and that's where we've got the save and restore that we can do that with. And then also next is to draw the animation shapes. So going in and selecting the animation steps and the different frames that you want before you're rendering, and then restore the canvas to the initial state and then draw before you're doing the next frame. And you can also use JavaScript request animation. There's also set timeouts and intervals, but the one that I prefer to use is the request animation frame because this gives us the most flexibility when we are creating our animations. So let's go into the project and create the animation. And we're going to do the drawing within a function, and we'll just call the function draw. And that should actually be function. And then when we come in, we'll do the window request animation frame, and we'll call to draw in order to do the drawing. So what happens is now we're set and we're starting to be able to draw. So let's draw some of the content. And I'm going to use an object in order to hold some of the variables because we're going to be adjusting the X and Y position or the X position. We're also going to have a speed value. So let's set up a variable in order to hold that, and that's position. And then using the canvas width divided by 2. So we're going to have the original position of the object centered, so position height divided by 2, and then we'll also create one for speed, and this is how fast we want the item to be moving. Refresh, nothing new there yet, and we're ready to create the circle. And we also want to, every time the animation runs, we want to increase the value of the X position with whatever the value of speed is. So this will constantly increment that value. And then also do a condition to check if position X is larger than canvas width. And if it is, then we want to reset the position X back to the 0 position. So that means that's run off of screen, and we want to reset it back to the visible position. So let's, and here we need to create image, so whatever that image is going to be. And let's also run the draw once again and create a function in order to create the image. And we're going to start out with just a simple circle, and using the CTX object we'll clear the rectangle. So we're going to be clearing the canvas by its width, and then also canvas by its height. So that brings us a blank canvas to work with. CTX fill style. So let's set it to red. CTX begin path. So start our path fresh. And CTX arc. So draw a circle, a dot that's going to move across the screen. So position X, position Y. That's the starting point, the radius of the circle, the start angle, and then the pi, and then CTX fill, where we'll fill the arc with the color. And also let's console log the position X value, just to make sure that draw is running. I'll do a quick debugging, see what's, maybe it's something that's gone wrong. And I had an extra colon in there. So I can close the console And now we've got the red dot that's moving across the width of the canvas. So to go ahead and try it out, get your red dot moving across the screen, and you can also update it to other images as well as needed.